This first video is called Disturbing True Snapchat Stories Animated. The video link and channel will be in the description. Llama Arts, I'm just a fan here, okay? I'm sure your work's gonna be amazing. Please don't copyright strike me. Your boy doesn't have Snapchat, but I do have Instagram. Follow me, ladies, DM. Ooh. Disturbing True Snapchat Stories.
This happened a week ago. Up until a few days ago, I went to a small, local gym in my now previous New Jersey town called Black Bear Fitness.
I like the style.
One day, I had the misfortune of running into some skinny, awkward, yet creepy-looking kid, probably 18 years old. He didn't look like he belonged in a gym at all.
He don't.
I had headphones in and I was doing my set when I heard him saying something to me, but it was muffled by the music. I was already annoyed with this kid, given that he was breaking an unwritten rule of the gym. Don't try to talk to somebody when they're doing their sets.
Right! Leave my man alone!
I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask if he needed something. Then he started acting like I looked familiar, but right away I knew this kid was just trying some pathetic attempt at making friends. I assured him I didn't, but the kid wouldn't stop talking to me. I'll skip most of the conversation, but eventually he actually asked me for my Instagram and...
Y'all know something is wrong here, right? Look at my man Kicks.
Yikes.
That's step one. My man got some sort of sandal with socks on. Don't even stop there. My man been wearing them socks for a couple weeks now. Your hair looks sweaty. You got a long sleeve on. Take something off, man. But so far, I'm liking this. Hold up.
and Snapchat, weirdly enough, and for whatever reason I gave them to him. Instead of just saying something like, buddy, I'm trying to work out, or I don't have social media. After I gave him my Snapchat and Instagram, however, I did kind of urge him to let me resume my workout.
Why did you give
He finally
a stranger?
seemed to get the message and walked away.
He gave a stranger.
Not without saying bye like 3 times though.
Oh, you're weird, man. You're awkward.
That night I got a snap on my phone saying from Sean.
No.
I immediately sighed.
What do you
and said,
want?
Oh, no. Just wondering why the hell the kid would snap me.
Right.
I opened the snap and the kid was in a...
Yeah. Yo! Somebody get that man! Okay, if you're a straight dude sending another straight dude poses like this, sit down, chief. We gotta have a chat. Hit him with the... Just got out of the bath. You gave a stranger your Snapchat. Nah. Y'all can follow my Instagram though, I'll wait. Hey, we trying to get the numbers up, yeah?
A creepy, weird pose, face way too close to the camera, with his head resting in his hand and a half smile on his face. The text over the picture was hey with 2 Y's.
Hey with 2 Y's, y'all know what that means, right? I used to talk to this girl. I ain't gonna say her name because I'm pretty sure she watched my videos. But every time I sent her hey with the 2 or even the 3 Y's, yeah, do you know what time it is, Gat?
I muttered the words, what the f***?
Oh, yeah, that is...
For the record, I'm a guy, which made this even more weird.
I understand.
My thought process was, I've had enough of this loser already. I'm gonna remove him and make it clear I don't want to talk if I see him at the gym again.
Okay.
And so I did. I removed him minutes after he sent that snap.
You're done. That's it. Out.
I'm sure not even a minute later, again a message popped up on my phone saying Snapchat from Sean.
Yeah, you gotta get blocked.
I waited a few minutes before opening it. This one was even creepier. Now the kid was sitting up on his bed.
Oh,
no smile,
hey.
more of a surprised, angry expression. The text over the image
No.
said, "Why did you remove me?"
No.
Now I went as far as to block him, meaning he couldn't snap me anymore.
Get that block work, boy.
And that was that.
We
I
done.
threw my phone on the desk and sighed out of relief.
Oh, man, that's...
Half an hour
How?
later, my phone goes off, saying Sean added you as a friend, and then Snapchat from Sean.
What?
He actually made a new account. I opened the snap and felt my heart drop. It was a picture of my front lawn. The text over it, answer me,
Guys, my eyes are watering. Stuff like that really creeps me out. He sent a picture of my man's house. I'm really into creepypastas. I tell you guys that all the time. There are so many stories where like someone's talking to somebody online and then they send like a picture of their front door. Yo, that junk.
There's a picture of my front lawn. The text over it, answer me.
We gotta get the 347.
The first thing I could think of was,
357.
how did he find my address? Then I realized, Snapchat made that new map feature that lets you see where your friends are.
What?
Somehow I had the balls to open the window to see outside. It was clear out there. I shut the window and the blinds and started considering calling 911.
Do it! Get the pump action!
It was the sound of taps on the window. I took a deep breath, and with one swift motion, I pulled up the blind and the window at the same time and pulled the kid into my room by his neck.
Oh!
I
Go to
punched him in
sleep!
the face a few times before he was out cold. Now
Yo,
I
man
called
handled this like a
911.
savage!
By the time they arrived, he was awake, cursing me out, promising he'd be back and kill me.
Oh my gosh. Now
The
you gotta
cops heard
move.
it all. I didn't even have to make a case. The kid was an idiot. Luckily, the timing of this worked out well, because I just moved a couple days ago out of state. Only thing that worries me, I don't want to have to make a new Snapchat account, but anytime somebody new adds me on the app, I'll never know if it's secretly that Sean kid again.
Yo, that is so creepy. That's a whole story? Oh, man. These things are crazy. Yeah, let me hit that subscribe one time. So does Llama Art do the narration? No, Mr. Nightmare. So Llama Art takes audio from people that do like creepypastas or scary stories, and then Llama Arts animates it? That's fire. Can we clap it up for the guy in the story actually just pulling my guy in? No, go to sleep! You know what I'm saying? I ain't hiding under the bed. I ain't hiding in the closet. Get in here and kiss these hands. You wanna This next one's called A Scary Vacation Story 3, uploaded by our good friend Llama Arts. How you doing, Llama? Now this was sent to us by Dario 24,000. So the rest of the samurai, just for the next, 10 seconds, move. Get out of the way. Ludacris said it best. Me and Dario right now. How you doing, my friend? My samurai brother from another mother. You sent in a story and I appreciate you for it. Llama Arts. It's been a minute since we, Llama, we got that.
During my holiday, I spent about 3 weeks in Japan. I arrived pretty late, so I couldn't check into the hotel that I initially booked. So I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
Okay.
Aesthetically, it was quite nice, but it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please. Plus, there was no security in sight.
Oh, that's
After
not bad.
arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV.
That's
I
what you
was still
watching?
pretty jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Thank you!
About 5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside. Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little.
Maybe they ain't
All
footsteps.
of a sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of my door, and there was a shadow of a person. At first, I thought it was room service, but it was too late for that. Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room.
Bruh.
As soon as I switched my light on, the shadow disappeared. I was confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed. That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door.
What?
So I immediately turned my light on and shouted,
Who's there?
After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could.
He in Japan too. Probably don't know a lick of Japanese. I'm like, Dare desu ka? Dare! Jitsu wa kirei na hoteru da yo.
I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside. I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped.
Bro.
A man emerged from the darkness and ran erratically towards me. His face was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he was holding a knife in his right hand.
Close the door!
As he got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long, dirty hair. His clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over. I quickly slammed my door and pressed against it, praying that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole. He was gone.
Oh my gosh.
I let out a sigh of relief and checked the peephole again. My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of the door. He was wearing a maniacal smile on his face, and all of a sudden he raised his knife and yelled, "I'm gonna kill you!"
What?
I jumped back and kept my eyes
a
locked
regular
on the
white
bottom of
dude?
the door as I backed up to my bed. I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the police arrived, I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo.
Thank you.
That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night.
What is wrong with
At
you?
12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me. I turned around to see the same guy passed out on the floor, with a knife in hand. I was in shock.
Are you?
How did he find me? I quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside.
How you lock him
Cops
inside the
came
room?
and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
Bro, we thought you was smart in the beginning. And you're like, yeah, there's no way he could know where I am. I'ma just leave the door unlocked. Even though it's literally zero work to lock the door. Guys, this next one is called Hitchhiking Horror Stories Animated. I am an avid non-supporter of hitchhiking. Hitchhiking horror stories.
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a '99 Toyota Camry. On a warm Saturday night, when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The whole ride there, we took the same 2-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again.
Okay.
The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyways, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue.
Dope. Let's get
I'll
it.
skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home. Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight.
Hey.
I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left.
Oh no.
I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me. I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So, literally not knowing what else to do.
Kind of friend you go to a party with where he'd leave and forget about you? It's 2 a.m. Narrator is toasted. He can't drive home. He don't know nobody else at the party. If y'all ever go to a party and you drunk and you just can't get a ride home, you don't got cash for Uber, call me before you hitchhike, all right? Oh, you need my cell phone number? All right, it's 73
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition.
Dang.
Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb.
Why?
As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop.
You never
right
know
next
who
to me.
is pulling up.
The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension.
You know he drunk.
He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out.
No.
And that's what happened.
No.
The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out.
You passed out in his car? Oh my gosh, this dude can take him anywhere.
The next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me and laughed, but didn't say anything. I looked around
What you
and
laughing
realized
at?
the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then
We're
said,
done.
so what were you doing out this late anyway?
Answer my question.
As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man
You have no
responded
idea
with a
where you
firm
are.
No. I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up.
Well,
I started
it.
to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second.
yeah.
The man took his eyes off the
Barf.
road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction.
Yes.
I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car.
He like, oh. He kidnapped some dude. He started freaking barfing. He's like, oh. Dude next to him. I just start spazzing. My dude be like, oh. Oh. Oh.
Thankfully, I drank as much as I did because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap.
Yes.
The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the
Finesse.
woods and duck behind a few bushes.
He hit him with the throw up
The man
finesse.
came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the light straight over me without noticing. Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it.
Oh, freak.
By
Why
some
is he out
miracle,
here
I saw
looking?
another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic.
Yes.
The car tried to
They could
avoid
be a
me,
killer,
but I
though.
wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the
Oh.
police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough.
Thank you.
I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number. And then I felt like punching myself in the face. I failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him.
Dang.
All I knew was that he drove a faded blue '99 Ford Explorer.
Thought it
I
was
made
red.
sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me.
When I see you at school tomorrow, you getting creamed. Take that as you will.
I haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade, but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
That music. Yo, clap that up. Llama Arts and Mr. Nightmare, which I learned is the narrator, or the narrator. It's like a two-hit combo. Mr. Nightmare is dope at the freaking narration, and then Llama Arts just brings it to life. Babysitting Stories Animated.
It was during a blizzard in Valley Stream. I was getting paid $250 to watch some couple's kid while they went away for the weekend.
Hey.
His name was Matthew. This took place on the first night, which was a Friday night. Matthew was already supposedly asleep, while I was in the living room watching a movie. I got a knock at the door.
What the frick is you watching?
And looked at the clock. It was close to midnight. There was no way I was opening it. Not even 10 seconds later.
Open the door! Oh my god! Could you imagine it being like midnight? And then somebody just at your freaking front door like...
I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily... 10 seconds later, I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily banging on the door, telling me to open up. I felt like...
How many dudes is out there?
I took a peek through the blinds, and there was somebody standing right on the other side of the window.
Oh my god!
I fell back in fear, and after managing to get back on my feet, I ran to the kitchen phone first thing to call the police. They said because of the weather, it could take a while for an officer to get here. I was told to take the child and hide somewhere until an officer arrived. They wanted to keep me on the line, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the heat of the moment and hung up. However, it wasn't until I ran through the living room that I realized the banging had stopped.
What?
I took a second peek through the living room window. Nobody was there now.
Oh my gosh, where are they? Oh!
I heard the sound of glass shattering from a few rooms over. My knees started to feel weak as I realized they had just broken the window and were about to climb into the house. I had to run to get Matthew. I couldn't just leave without him. Of course, when I got upstairs, there was no time left to run back downstairs, as I already heard footsteps and laughter coming from downstairs.
Oh my god.
I covered Matthew's mouth with my hand as I ran with him into his toy closet. A few minutes dragged on to what felt like half an hour as we sat there in the dark closet. Matthew began to squeal as footsteps on the carpet reached the outside of his bedroom door. There was more than one person. They came inside.
No.
There weren't many places to hide in this room.
Oh my gosh.
I was actually reflecting on my whole life, so sure I was gonna die. We heard the sound of a police siren outside, even from in the closet, and then I heard one of the men in the room mutter, "Aw, shit." I opened the door back up as I heard at least 3 pairs of footsteps hurriedly rushing down.
The police got there in about a hot 7 seconds. Let that have been Detroit, Michigan. Good luck. We'll be there in about 45 minutes.
Stairs. They didn't get far, as the police later found their footprints in the backyard, leading to our shed. There were 5 men in total, and they were all arrested.
5? Oh, this one is creepy. Why, his name is Maxie. I already know. The next story is from our good pal Llama Arts. Y'all know we gotta get a Llama Arts in, alright? It's called A Bus Stop Horror Story. Let's get it. Let's get it. Man, I'm hungry.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night, and snow had just started peppering the ground.
Is that the theme?
My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing.
We gonna pause it right here. Nah, Corey, zoom in on his face. Listen. Okay, first of all, this man was at the bus stop for an hour. Sucker, you could have walked home at this point. But listen, you see a man coming towards you, it's nighttime, you outside by yourself, and he look like this. Corey, zoom in on him again. Look at this man. He has nothing to lose, okay? You got your freaking ear pods in, you got your fade. He is about to rob and kill you. So you already know. You already know I got the antidote for him. If you want to try something, sir, I got the antidote for you, okay? If you want to come over here and try something, go ahead and try it. And yes, I carry this around in my book bag, all right? If I was him, first of all, I wouldn't have been sitting there for no hour. But if I was, for some reason, maybe my leg broke. I ain't about to eat these buckshots, all right?
Walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
Bro.
He sat down at the other end of the shelf
Look
and
at
stared
him!
at me. There was
Hey. What you over there listening to?
something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
When is the bus due?
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me.
Bro, get
I
up!
looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Bro.
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through
Are you
the glass.
serious?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
Bro, get up!
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it.
I wanted to run, but I couldn't run without my backpack. What you got, the T-virus in there? You got freaking nuclear codes? What is in this bag that's worth your life? Bro, my baby could be in that bag. I'm hitting him with the swim move and I'm out.
Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first.
Gosh.
I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of
It's
him.
like a
but
bodied
nothing worked.
himself.
I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment, and that was the last I saw of him.
Dang.
I got my driver's license shortly after, and have never been on a bus since.
Yo, that took a sad turn. My mans was just trying to get his son back. Okay, Llama Earth with the merch. This next one's called Smiling Woman Story Animated, and this was uploaded by 1C Entertainment. And this was sent to us by KKY or Kiki. Kiki, do you? It was last year. Kiki, I got some bars for you, all right? Kiki, how you doing? I dropped my phone. But don't worry about that, because it's just me and you alone. See, Kiki, I'm looking at you, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get a clue. Because first of all, I don't even know you. So on top of all that, I just want to say, I appreciate you. No DJ Khaled. Bars, your whole screen done melted by now. Smiling woman.
I was 10 years old, and I was home alone. But that wasn't a big deal because we lived in a small city. My mom and dad were at my grandma's house. I couldn't go because I was sick. It was around 9 p.m. when I was about to go to sleep.
Okay.
My room was really small, and it only had one window facing my bed. That window to me was kind of scary, because when you're a little kid, your imagination can sometimes go wild.
Where are your curtains at?
At that time, it wasn't my imagination, though. Like I said, I was about to go to bed when I heard a loud scream coming from outside. It was really scary, but I tried to be quiet so I could listen to what was going on outside. Nothing was happening, though. It was really quiet. Like nothing had happened at all. Quieter than normal, actually. Some time had passed, and everything seemed okay, so I just laid down and tried to sleep. 1 hour later, I heard that loud scream again, but this time, it seemed to be closer. I froze. I was so freaked out I couldn't even move. 30 minutes later, again, the same scream.
Bro! I ain't just about to keep sitting here. She home alone, so it's only one thing for her to do. Alright? Now y'all, some of y'all...
30 minutes later, again, the same scream.
Bro! I ain't just about to keep sitting here. She home alone, so it's only one thing for her to do. Alright? Now y'all, some of y'all already know what I'm about to grab. Hold on. You want to keep screaming outside of my window? Huh? Don't worry. I got the antidote for all of that. Now, if y'all want to act all crazy, we can act crazy. Now, the cops is on their way.
At that point, I was about to cry. I don't know why, but that scream wasn't just a scream. It was at this high pitch, and it was just so creepy. Finally, 15 minutes later, I saw something at that window. It was a really skinny woman. I was so happy for some reason. She was smiling, and her smile was so big and creepy. When I saw her, I started crying, and she started screaming again. I was horrified. She was just looking at me, smiling and screaming for the whole night. The next morning, my parents came back home, and I told them everything. They called the police, and the police found out that my window, that was facing my bed, was broken. But it didn't seem like it was broken with some sort of weapon, but as if it were broken by a really high pitch.
I got so many questions. She doing all of that screaming. None of the other neighbors heard. She waited till the entire next morning for her parents to come home. You expect me to believe that? And then what the freak were the parents doing at grandma's house all night? Playing cards? The last one for tonight is called A Disturbing True Snapchat Story 2. Llama Arts, I'm a big fan now. Please don't copyright strike me. All your info is in my description. These things are creepy, dude. The atmosphere.
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting
Wait,
a
this is
friend.
the guy from the first
I'm
one.
pretty young. I'm only 13, still in middle school. A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for a few nights. One night when I was watching TV,
That sandwich. Is that a, dang, I recognize that sandwich. All right, maybe I'm tripping. But he got them same flip-flops and socks.
she sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption.
Hey.
I sent a message saying, "What's up?"
What's
She sent
up?
another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?" She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window.
No.
I quickly sent a response message.
Bro, call
saying,
her!
"Is that your brother by the window?" She sent another identical snap, this time captioned, "What do you mean?"
Are you gonna
And
turn
instantly,
around?
The figure at the window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass.
What a freaking idiot. When you take the picture, you have to look at it to add the text, right? How did she not? Is this a true story? I don't see how this could be a true story at this point. You literally have to look at the picture to type, what do you mean? You see that big old freaking shadow? When I saw the first one, if I cared about this girl at all, yo, somebody at your window, wake your daddy up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
I closed the snap before the timer even ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, there's somebody at your window, turn around.
How did you not see that?
She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app.
Oh,
I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed. I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well. I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight when I was already laying in bed that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room.
Oh my God!
From there, she ran to her parents' room and woke her dad, who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from whatever could have happened was the fact that I was able to see the window through her selfies, unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
Bruh, you just sitting there with the window open or window unlocked, no blinds drawn. You just my tank top, just doing my makeup. Hey, open your eyelids for being so freaking dumb, bro. I get paranoid when my blinds are open, even during the daytime. People, you don't know what people are doing, bro. Somebody could be, yeah, take that bra off, boy. I mean, hold up.